What is up, everyone? Silent Haven here, and welcome back to another video. Today I figured I'd just come on here and give some of my first thoughts and impressions on the new Silent Hill F. I just want to preface, there's no spoilers. I'm just going to talk and only show footage from what has been released from the trailers, but I did cave in and end up purchasing the digital deluxe pre-order, in which you get 48 hours early access. Originally I wasn't going to, but because I did do that for the Silent Hill 2 remake, and you kind of pay about like $20 more or something like that, and you get some digital content, which I'm not, honestly was kind of a little lackluster, at least from last year's, and it's kind of more or less the same this year. I am still going to purchase the physical though. So I've played about 3 hours of Silent Hill F. And what do I think? I think it's really good. So far, so good. The game is good. Now again, I'm only about 3.5 hours in, 3 hours in. But that's enough to know that it's on the right foot. Silent Hill is back. We are so back. Silent Hill has been reborn, rebirthed for this decade. And I couldn't be happier. It's a good time to be a Silent Hill fan, or a survival horror fan, video game fan in general. Man. So right off the bat, the atmosphere and vibe is there. Okay? It's set in the 1960s rural Japan. And man, does it feel historically accurate and very true to the time. Like every little detail in the town, it really pulls you into that era, and I think they did a really good job with that. So like you're just totally sucked into the story. So our main character Hinako has a journal, like a diary type thing, which kind of reminded me of like Shenmue, kind of, which I really like. In this, it's more descriptive of the characters, but as the game progresses, it adds more inner thought and dialogue, be it to another character or a location or what have you. So I like that. I really like that. I think that really just adds another layer to pull you into her inner world, which is super good. Combat is good. It's satisfying. When you make those hits, those connections, it feels good. And in a weird way, it still feels like Silent Hill. In a weird way. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's obviously way more polished and a completely different system. But you do have a dodge mechanic, and there is some parrying, so there's a little bit more depth to the combat. But in a weird way, it feels like true to the series. I don't know how to describe that. So any regards to the combat being wonky, I think that's out the window. I think it's really good. But yeah, the vibes are there. The characters are good. The story is interesting, and I can't wait to keep playing it and see what happens next. The game is on Unreal Engine 5, which Silent Hill 2 Remake was also built on. And for the most part, it's running pretty good. There are some frame drops and hiccups, as there were in Silent Hill 2 Remake. For the most part, I think it is running smoother than Silent Hill 2 Remake did. So I am playing on performance mode as opposed to quality or fidelity mode, whatever it is. One little nitpick that I do have, and I'm only 3 hours in, so I'm sure I will get used to it, but the consumables, like / items, there's a lot of them, and I did get a pre-order bonus, so I got a few extra items, but I find myself having like a full inventory, not knowing what to use these items for. Obviously there's descriptions for these items, but when you're in the moment and just kind of playing the game, it's kind of, I have to force myself to be like, oh yeah, I got to use this item for stamina or what have you. There's a few different consumables that have different effects, as well as buffs. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it, but for a first-time player, it is a bit overwhelming, I guess, but it's not a big deal. The game doesn't feel too linear, which I really like. There's like all these corridors you can go through, find secrets. Yeah, it's a linear game where you're progressing through the story, but at the same time it feels like this open world that you can kind of traverse through and find your own path, which is cool. As far as music goes, it's good. It sounds exactly as it should, being set in Japan, but still retaining that essence of Silent Hill. Of course, Akira is doing the Fog World music, and it shows, you know. It feels like Silent Hill, but in Japan, and that's what it set out to do. That's it for today's video, guys. I'm going to go play this game for the next 5 days. I'll probably beat it a couple times. Maybe I'll do a review. Let me know in the comments if you guys have played it yourselves and what you guys think, or if you're still on the fence. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.